Let's react to this right here.
They all plain clothes. T-shirts, jeans, but they laws. They police. Black dude, he done read the statement. He say, come with me. We go to another room. We go, no lie. We go to a room. It's about 15 plain clothes of women and men, plain clothes. They got all these computers linked up. Guess what I walked into? Everybody thought it was a myth. The hip hop police really exist.
What?
Me and Junior Boy look at ourselves. I said, damn, nigga, this the hip hop police. He said, walk through and look at all these computers. Identify who robbed you. Every last one need detectives. They got all the Tekashi 6ix9ine them, all of them. They got all they. They got all these people. Now, mind you, I ain't never heard of Shotty. I only heard of Tekashi. I don't know him. I don't know nobody, none of these people. But I can remember who robbed me because it's stitched in my head, right? So they like walk through it. So they all got all these music videos and all these pictures and all this. Like, I'm going computer to computer. It's like, look at this. Look at that. I identified my robbers from all of that stuff. It was like, okay, fine, thank you. We're gonna get back with you. Now, this is where it get good at. Guess who the black detective was that interviewed me?
A black detective that interviewed you?
The black undercover hip-hop police detective that interviewed me and took the case when I filed the charges on Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Black undercover detective.
Who shortly became his manager shortly after that. WACK100.
What?
WACK100.
Hold on. Okay, so you're saying...
I am saying WACK100 is a New York, he started out, he's the one who reported turned the case over to the feds. The case would have just been a case on somebody's desk that would have gotten caught up in millions of other that happened in New York. WACK100 is the detective that interviewed me when I made the report on Tekashi. He's the one that referred it over to the feds. And then that's where his promotion came in.
Hold on. So you're saying WACK100 was...
WACK100. WACK100. And I've said back all this time, flabbergasted. Now, mind you, let's do a pyramid.
Okay.
I've showed you where 56 is at. I've showed you Tekashi. I showed you DJ Academic. Did nobody know who DJ Academic was until Tekashi 6ix9ine. But he got his clout off of Tekashi. He made his name off the...
He was doing a lot of Chicago stuff at first, and then...
But his name got... that bullshit.
Get bigger, yeah.
That clout chasing. DJ Academic is the one that really started that first messy, blog rhetoric, right?
Yeah.
With the messy shit in New York, and then going to Tekashi 6ix9ine, then Tekashi, he became the poster child of clout chasing industry rap beef, right? I didn't know that them niggas was already up on the investigation. Shotty, all of them. I mean, I don't do shit. I didn't know them like that. They were under investigation for a whole lot of shit. All of them, Trey 9 gang, whoever they use. I don't know them folks. I'm not a gang member. I'm an upstanding citizen of the community. And I wanted, number one, I wanted my name cleared up because DJ Academic saying, number one, Rap-A-Lot, J. Prince Jr. got robbed, which was a lie. It was Scott that got robbed. Then DJ Academic got it wrong. He rewrote it and he called me goons and drug dealers and gang members. Like, I'm not none of that. So defamation of character, yeah, all of that. Now, mind you, a week later, that video done been chopped up, sliced up, put this way, put that way, and that fire is blazing out of control. I'm over here having a meltdown, but I still got itineraries to go on. I went and filed the charges. Life started life kept liking, but life was liking good. 2018 was the best year and the worst year of my life. My career went international that year. I was invited to Israel. I was just about to go there and do whatever they're doing in Israel that you do with the white people, the Jews, to get on there and send me my invite. Right.
She said WACK100 is undercover. To that, we know WACK100 is working with the feds. We do know that. That nigga's working with the feds. She's saying WACK interviewed her, and then WACK became Tekashi 6ix9ine manager after the situation. Wow. You know, wow. And we know a lot of information, you know, about WACK and, you know, what he's into, lining niggas up. But that's the first time we heard that story. You know, yeah, we definitely saw the badge. That's a fact. You know, we know that he's working. And I think her name is Sky Life. Somebody named Sky Life. It's the first time that I've ever heard of her. Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard of her. You know. But we know WACK ain't right. You know, we can't trust nothing he say. Dude is a total liar. You know, manipulating situations. And we see now how he's running around, making it his business to focus on, you know, the case with Big U. You know, we don't even see him focused on his artists. He's focused on the case with Big U and trying to prove things within that case. We know the situation with the J Prince paperwork was fake because J Prince isn't even his real name. His name is James Smith, James Andre Smith. We know that. And if the feds is going to put you in some paperwork, they're going to put your real name. Yeah. So, you know, they might say your nickname, AKA, but they're going to put your real name. So, you know, WACK made that up. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like everything, you know, with WACK is fufafi. And you really got to, like, take a look at the shit he's doing and shit, you know? Working with the authorities, but at the same time playing this, like, gang member gangster and trying to make people believe that, you know, he's something he's not. You know, but we do see everybody that is around him, they end up getting indicted. They end up locked up. They end up in the situations for dealing with the individual. You know, you don't elevate dealing with WACK. You always go down. Everything, your life declines dealing with WACK. Doesn't go up. That's because of the type of character he is, and, you know, his mission is to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. You know, and smash the like button. If you haven't already smashed the like button yet, you just got here, make sure you hit the like button. And subscribe to the channel. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. But, you know, it's her story. You know, she has a point. We all know WACK is them people. You know, so, you know, that's her story. And, you know, that's her opinion on that. You know, so she said what she said. Appreciate that. G from the Bay. Yeah, that's her story. You know, we gonna keep delivering the content, and you know, we consistent with it. You know, we nonstop. That's one thing that is crushing WACK's whole BS. You know, and 607 Onk said that I wasn't gonna be able to crush WACK's bullshit. So you know, I'm gonna show him something different. You know, oh, you can't. Nah. Yeah, I don't have to go along with that shit. You know, he want to go along with the shit. Yeah, you do it. You know what I'm saying? And just being real, you know, since 607 Onk got with WACK, his buzz ain't even the same. And I'm just being real about that. Yeah, since we seen him dealing with WACK, he don't even got the same buzz. Not at all. And we know that anybody that aligns themselves with WACK, they lose the momentum. You don't get the same momentum because you don't need WACK to get momentum aligning with him. That's the worst thing because everybody's watching WACK to see who's he's going to get indicted next. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know? And, you know, I looked at him, you know, funny ever since the last interview I did with him. You know what I mean? He was so upset that I was talking about WACK. So from that point on, I looked at him straight funny. I'm like, what you mean? This nigga got real emotional that I was talking about WACK. I'm like, okay. All right, yeah. I'm done with you. Straight up, I'm done with you, my man. Yeah, I don't got to do no content with you, nigga. You know, that's when some jokers get confused. Like, and that's the thing, though, right? You know, when it comes to this game right here, you know, when you like might deal with some people think that you're not going to operate without them. And if you are a hustler and you consistent, you're going to make it do what it do regardless. But some people feel like, you know, you can't operate without them. When you the one putting in the work. That shit, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deezy be on this joint every night. In the days at times. Going hard. Live streaming all the time. You know, then made a connection with the people that rock with me, knowing that they know that I'm going to be live. You know, we know Deezy going to be on. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't on, they like, yo, where you at? You know what I'm saying? All y'all that rock with me, you know, I appreciate y'all. But, you know, I don't want anybody to ever get it confused about, you know, my hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on a hustle. I'm going to go hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to break it down. You know, everybody might not always agree with me, but we gonna go hard. Facts.